Hi guys, welcome to the video, and this is going to be seem a little bit strange to some of you, but I felt compelled to put this video together to basically to clarify some things. If we're going to build a big community together, we need to understand the words commitment and loyalty. And I know that Wealth Warriors is my brainchild, and I've spent a huge amount of time, money, and effort developing it, making false starts and doing the wrong things, spending a lot of money investigating platforms that don't work. And I don't mind a bit of appreciation for that. But the bottom line is, it's not my community, it's everyone's community. And I don't mean the community at large, the whole of Wealth Warriors, but you're part of Wealth Warriors. The bit that you're building, you want to be able to rely on. If people do the things that Wealth Warriors say within your team, that you're going to have the benefits, and they're going to get the benefits of building their team and so on. So I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it's everybody's community that we're building, not just one community. Everybody has their own individual community within Wealth Warriors. And so the promises of Wealth Warriors are not designed for me so that I can have a big community. I can build a huge community. It'll be far less trouble, far less bother than taking the time to build Wealth Warriors. I'm building Wealth Warriors for you. It's partly so that I've got a little bit of a legacy. It's also partly because a lot of people have told me that it can't be done. And I love a nice challenge. But Wealth Warriors isn't just about me. I'm going to have the benefits of it exactly the same as you are. But predominantly it's for you, because I do feel for people that get involved in scams and rug pulls and lose money, they lose friends. It's the whole of the industry is like that, whether it's online or offline, anything to do with crypto or anything else. It doesn't matter. The whole industry is like that, the whole of network marketing. And what I've figured out as I put together Wealth Warriors is it doesn't have to be that way. And so that's what Wealth Warriors is about. It's about stopping all this waste of friendships and of money and of time and effort, good intentions, and so on. And there are millions upon millions of people that have given up on network marketing in all of its different guises because of bad experiences. And it doesn't have to be like that. That's what Wealth Warriors is about. It's a very large, very noble project. It should, if it works, and there's no guarantee that it will, but if it does work, it should encompass the globe, and it should change the lives of millions of people and the fortunes and expectations of hundreds of millions, if not more than that. So I felt it was important to make this change, and I'll go through in a minute what the change is. And because of some recent things that have happened, and if those recent things have happened now with the group the size that it is now, it's much better just to make these changes when the group is relatively small, rather than when we do have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. So I'm going to switch over to a PowerPoint presentation. I don't particularly love PowerPoints, but they do the job. So if you don't like PowerPoints, I apologize, but it's about the information. It's not about the medium I use. I'm not here to entertain you. It's about educating you, because there are some serious things about Wealth Warriors that a lot of people don't understand. I often start my presentation by saying that most people don't understand Wealth Warriors, and I have people argue with me and say, yes, they do. It's not that difficult concept. It's not necessarily the difficulty of the concept, is what that means to your everyday activities, is what that means to the way you conduct business. If you continue to conduct business the way you've always done, then you don't understand Wealth Warriors. It should evoke a change in how you do business. Okay, and this is the critical and most important part of what those changes mean. So here we go. Wealth Warriors this is an informational video, and it's about the importance of commitment. I put a picture of Vikings up there because you can see they're pretty much committed. They've got their swords and their banners, and they've probably sailed somewhere to get there. They're committed. Whatever's in front of them, they're going through it, and that's kind of the attitude we should have. There's a lot against us, a lot marshalling of forces against us. Sorry, that was terrible English. but there's a lot of things against us, and we need to come together as a community if we're going to overcome it. And if we're not going to do that, then let's not bother. Okay, like I say, I can build a huge business without wealth warriors, and it will be a lot easier for me. But that's not what I'm about. I really am about the working with people to provide the benefits. So let's have a look at what this means. Most people don't understand wealth warriors. Even those that have been with the community right from the very beginning. I was speaking to some people that were the first people to join me in Wealth Warriors. They said, what a great idea. We'll avoid all these rug pulls and scams and losing money and losing friends. Okay. But then they didn't, their actions didn't follow through on what their commitments to Wealth Warriors were. The benefits far outweigh the inconvenience of meeting their commitments, but people must meet their commitments. If you don't meet your commitments, then you won't get the benefits. It's as simple as that. If not, you will destroy the community you're trying so hard to build, and therefore it's pointless being part of the community. Okay, so if people are going to not meet their commitments, why be part of a community? Until now, within Wealth Warriors, we've spoken about commitments to being part of the community. Okay, on every presentation, I talk about commitments. From now on, we're going to change that to the rules. And I don't want you to think this is some sort of authoritarian move where I'm coming down with an iron glove saying, these are the rules, you must obey them. But it's kind of more insidious than that. I don't have to do that, because if you don't follow the rules, you won't have a community. You won't get all the benefits of Wealth Warriors. And therefore, it's a waste of everyone's time and effort, you being part of the Wealth Warriors community. Okay, it's like you want to be part of a community that uses one currency, but you want to use your own currency. You just can't be part of that community because you can't buy anything because you've got the wrong currency. Okay, or maybe you're speaking a different language. You can't really interact and be part of that community if you're using a different language from everybody else. And so when we talk about the commitments, that's what I mean, is most people who say, I am committed to doing this and this and this, will do it. However, a lot of people don't realize that when they say that, it's a commitment. They must do it because they made a commitment to do it. Most people think, I've made a commitment, but I can do whatever I like. Okay, so that's why we changed the word to the rules of the community, not me being authoritarian, but just to make it more clear. So that's the theme of this whole thing. So let's go through the benefits to the members, just to remind you. The first thing is, the most important thing, well, maybe the second most important thing, but I put it at the top of the list anyway. Your growing income is protected from rug pulls by being part of Wealth Warriors. You've seen the presentation. If one of the platforms fails, it doesn't affect your income to the point where you're running around wondering what you're going to do, how you're going to feed the kids, you know, how you're going to put petrol in the car to get to work. These sorts of things. Yes, it affects your income, but it doesn't destroy your income, and it's only a temporary downturn in your income. Later, when we replace that platform, your income will be restored. If not all of it, the majority of it might even be the next platform might even be better than the one that we lost. So your income is protected. There is no other system on the planet that protects your income from rug pulls and scams and bad businesses that fail, and the regulators closing businesses and saying, this is it, benefit numero uno. Your growing income is protected. And if you don't want that, then don't be part of Wealth Warriors. If you do want it, then you need to follow the rules. Benefit two, your team becomes loyal and is committed to you because you're all in the same community. You all want the same benefit, number one. And the only way they can do that is to be part of Wealth Warriors. And to be part of Wealth Warriors, the rules are that they're loyal and committed to you. They don't necessarily have to get on one knee and swear fealty and unite them with a sword and this sort of thing. But just by being part of the community, just by following the rules, they will be loyal and committed to what you're doing, which is great for you. And it takes you no time and effort to generate that loyalty because you're all singing off the same songbook. You're all you're all following the same rules. Benefit number three, you protect your permanent network from losses. So your friends, neighbors, relatives, when you bring them into businesses that fail, they hate you. They don't want to talk to you. And you don't blame them because you hate yourself as well. Okay, you can avoid all of that. Yes, there may be some small losses, but they will be minimal. They won't destroy their lives, and it won't destroy their friendships and their connections, their contacts with other people. So you're protecting your permanent network. There's no other system on the planet that allows that. when other platforms fail, then that whole community is destroyed. It's gone. There is no community. It was based around that platform. The platform's gone. There is no community, and people hate you for getting them into something that's cost them money and wasted their time and effort. Okay, so you don't get that from anywhere else. Benefit 4, you make future business much quicker and far more profitable for you and your team. Because when you have a permanent network and we introduce a new platform, you put 100 people straight into the platform. You put 1,000 people straight into the platform. You're not starting every platform from zero. You don't have to go around and start doing a rally call to try and, get the first mover advantage, to get the first people in. No, you just plug your permanent network of 10,000 people, 500,000 people, whatever it is. You just plug them straight in, and you're making money. You go up that bonus chart, and halfway up or top of the bonus chart on day one. Well, okay, a few days. It takes time for these things to trickle down through, but you don't get that with any other business. Every other business, you start from zero. Okay, these are real concrete benefits that nobody in Wealth Warriors has realized, and I know they don't realize it because when I talk to people, they don't understand these few basic things that I'm talking about. So that's why I'm saying it like this, in a slightly more forceful way. I don't like being forceful, but I also don't like you to miss the point. I don't want you to not get the benefit of Wealth Warriors and what we're doing, and also to understand why why commitment is so important. So these are the benefits. We'll come on to the commitments in a minute. Benefit 5, reclaim recent payments made from your bank account. Where else can you go to reclaim money you've already paid out? You've already written a check for your holiday, for your car payment, for your mortgage, for your food, for cash, all these things. Claim it all back. You're entitled to claim it all back. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, there's no other business out there that will show you how to do that. Number 6, become wealthy and live an abundant life. Now, being wealthy is the dream and the hype of all these platforms. Okay, but you have no guarantee. You have no control over that. Somebody else is, you put all your eggs in that basket, and handed the basket over to somebody else. Okay, you've got no idea what's going to happen, what their real intentions are. But if you follow the rules of Wealth Warriors, you will become wealthy and you will live an abundant life. Absolutely guaranteed. Okay, so they're the benefits. That's why we do what we do. That's what the community is all about. So your commitment, and this is from the old presentation, if you want the benefits, you must meet your commitments. So see how, now I'm beginning to see now how wishy-washy that is. People don't understand commitments. Therefore, from now on, your commitments become the rules. And it's for your benefit and the benefit of your team to only have people on your team that are prepared to follow these rules. If they want to go and do their own thing, absolutely fine, go and do your own thing. You don't need Wealth Warriors to do your own thing. You only need Wealth Warriors if you want those 6 benefits that I talked about just now, because you won't find them anywhere else. People who do not follow the rules, i.e. meet their commitments, will destroy what you're trying to build for them. And you'll see that as I go through some more slides in a minute. The reason for making these things rules is because people don't understand loyalty and commitment and being community-centric. They say they do, but experience shows they don't. If you say to somebody, are you loyal? They'll say yes, but then they make a commitment to do something and they don't do it because they don't understand the strength of that commitment. Other people are relying on them to have done what they say they're going to do, what they're committed to doing. Okay, so these things are not as clear-cut as you think. So by making it rules, it kind of firms it up a little. It beefs up the commitment side. There's no more a commitment now than it was before, but in your understanding, it should become clear that these rules are far more important. So now we say, if you want the benefits, you must follow the rules. The rules of Wealth Warriors are: 1, don't sign up in any other platform that comes along. If it's a good platform, we will get to it and we'll adopt it at some point. Do sign up in all the platforms that we adopt. Don't pick and choose, because let's suppose you like one of our platforms, but you don't like the other 3, and you put all your time, money, and effort into that one platform, and that's the one that we haven't been able to figure out is the rug pull. Okay, so you do that, and you're no better off for being in Wealth Warriors than if you had just not bothered and just done your own thing. Okay, so there's a reason we get into multiple platforms and we spread our investment money evenly across all the platforms we're involved in. Okay, so get into all the platforms we adopt. And I see from my own back office, I don't think I've got a single person. I might have one or two out of all the people that are with me in all these different platforms. I've only got maybe one or two people who are signed up in all 4 platforms, like I teach people to do. Okay, so if you're not part of all 4 platforms, get all 4 links from your sponsor, your permanent upline. Okay, get all 4 links and sign up in all 4 platforms. Okay, and then if you have some investment in any of the platforms, try and match that investment in the other platforms. Okay, so this is important. Okay, it's a rule now. It's not just a commitment, it's a rule. We sign up in all the platforms that we adopt, that Wealth Warriors adopt, I should say. Do maintain lines of sponsorship across all platforms. Now, that's difficult to do if you run around signing up in other platforms all over the place. Because imagine you sign up in another platform, and then at some point down the road, Wealth Warriors adopts that platform. You can't maintain your lines of sponsorship. So by doing that, you've destroyed your own community that you're trying to create. It doesn't affect the wider community of Wealth Warriors, only your bit of it. You're only destroying your future and the future of your team. You're not destroying Wealth Warriors. Because I'd rather have 10 people in Wealth Warriors that understand the rules and play by the rules than 10,000 people who are just doing their own thing anyway. Okay, so I'm very serious about Wealth Warriors, but if it's going to work, we've got to follow the rules. Do get your personally introduced people to do the same as you've done, at least points 2 and 3, and let them know not to sign up in other platforms. By all means, bring a platform to me, and I spend a lot of my time looking at platforms, and if it's a good platform, we'll get in. And I know what you're thinking. You're going to lose the early mover advantage, but let me talk about that in a few seconds. Do support your own people by learning about all of the platforms we adopt. You don't have to be an expert, but just know how to log in, how to log out, how to deposit, how to withdraw, what the site does, basically. Okay. Know where the videos are and the PDF documents are, so that when people ask you things, you can say, go watch this video, go read this PDF document, go on this Zoom call. Okay, so know the information about it. You don't have to be an expert in all the platforms, but be a signpost. That's all you need to do, is signpost people to where the information is. It'll also make you look really clever. So because you want the benefits, so the slide header there is, why worry about the rules? Why do we have rules? Nobody likes rules. I don't like rules, and I don't like making rules. I think everybody should be treated as adults, make their own decisions, suffer their own consequences. I firmly believe that. However, when people say, yes, these are the commitments I'm going to make, they haven't understood that those commitments are as binding as saying, here are the rules. Okay, so now we're saying, these are the rules. So why worry about the rules? Because you want the benefits. Therefore, you must follow the rules. You won't get the benefits without the rules, without following the rules. So that's what I'm trying to do, is to crystallize this, make it absolutely crystal clear to anybody who joins Wealth Warriors that there are certain things you must do. They're not optional. Commitment sounds a bit optional, a bit wishy-washy. Rules are concrete. I know I'm labouring it because it's a very, very serious point. I wouldn't make this video if it wasn't a serious point that I wanted to not only get across now, but also be able to show people in the future when they join Wealth Warriors. This video will be part of the training that they receive. So the rules are to ensure that you get the security of income, build your permanent network, become wealthy, live an abundant life, you have that loyalty and that permanence of income and security. Okay, so that's why we worry about the rules. You'll also miss out on all of the drama associated with the latest scam or failed business or rug pull. I know some of you survive on that drama. You love it. It's like soap operas for you. Unfortunately, if you're part of Wealth Warriors, you won't find any of that drama, because even if a platform does fail, we'll just be saying, okay, it failed. We followed the rules. We've got our money out, or we mitigated our losses. Our losses are only very small. Therefore, on with the next one. No real harm done, so there'll be no drama. Okay, we don't need the drama. Being community-centric means that you put the community first, not yourself. You can't do both. Okay, you can't be egocentric, as in worry about yourself first, and also community centric. You just can't. It's where your focus is. You can't focus on two things at the same time. So all of our actions are community centric. If you want to be part of Wealth Warriors, that is. Remember, platforms come and go, but the community survives. Even the good platforms, even the ones that we're in now, I expect most of them won't be around in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, 20 years' time. There'll be other things come along. This technology will become redundant. There'll be no need for that. We'll have solved the housing crisis. We'll have, there'll be no more Bitcoin to mine or whatever it is. Things change, but we will be in other platforms by then. Okay, so platforms come and go, but the community survives. So that's why your commitment should be to the community rather than to yourself, because the community will make sure that you have a great future. If it's left to you, you're going to get the same results in the next 10 years that you've got in the last 10 years. And you might be happy with that, but most of us won't be. You can be part of Wealth Warriors if you follow the rules. And that's not a threat, but it is pointless being part of Wealth Warriors if you're not following the rules. And I will be removing people from the group who make it quite clear that they would rather look after themselves than be part of the community. Okay, my wisdom, my time, my effort is not going to be wasted on people who are not part of our community. I don't have enough energy for everything that I want to do, so I'm certainly not going to spend it on people who aren't going to be part of the community. Simple as that. Left to their own devices, most people will worry about themselves first. It's a natural instinct. It's like I don't know. I was going to say it's like evolution, but I don't believe in evolution. But it's at some point we had to have an instinct to survive, and it's still one of the strongest instincts we have. Because the only fear a baby is born with is a fear of falling, because I think that's sort of tied up with a survival instinct. So it's kind of inherent in us that we want to survive, and to do that sometimes we have to put ourselves first, but not in this case. Not in this case. If you want to build, or if you want all the benefits, then you need to become community centric and help other people. Getting into another platform without checking with Wealth Warriors first is the same as saying to your team, I don't really care to the community, I'm in this for myself. I want to be in it before anyone else so that I can make most money. I don't care if I destroy whatever community I have built so far. Now, people don't think it through, which is why I've clarified this as the rules. People don't think all of that, but that's the net result. And if somebody does go ahead and sign up in other platforms without checking with Wealth Warriors first, that's exactly what they're going to do. They will destroy whatever community they've built so far within Wealth Warriors. And that affects the people they've introduced. So you can either try to get an early mover advantage with a new platform, or you can have the benefits of Wealth Warriors. You can't have both. You can either look after yourself, or you can be part of the community. You can't have both. That's exactly the same thing I said just now. Okay? And just so as you know, early mover advantage is hype for suckers. It's what people say when they want you to suspend your disbelief. They want you to get excited. They want you to think, oh, if I get in now, I'll make more money. I'll be first. I'll be top of the tree. I can get all these people involved. Okay, that's hype. With Wealth Warriors, you already have a community that when you get in, even if it's several weeks later, you get in and you bring your whole community with you. That's worth far more than an early mover advantage where you start a new business that's not been tried and tested, not been vetted properly, and you have to start from zero and start bringing people in. And worse than that, if you bring in people that you already have in Wealth Warriors community, that will destroy their dreams as well. So if your team are getting into their own platforms all over the internet, you don't have a team, you're not part of a community, and you won't have the benefits that come from a community-centric business. So take the focus off yourself now and focus on some people in your team. If that's what they're doing, all of your time and money and effort spent helping those people and listening to them about their dreams and goals and putting effort into helping them achieve them, that's all gone out the window because they're just taking care of themselves. They're not worrying about the community that you've spent time and effort building with them and for them. They've just thought, I want this early mover advantage. I'm going to go jump into that. You don't need to be the first one in something. And in fact, the first people are normally the ones that get the website that has to change and has to go down there, have to stop withdrawals for a week while they rebuild the website. And you don't need to be the first one in. If you look at all successful companies, they weren't the first people to do that. Apple didn't invent the telephone. Okay, they got into telephones 100 years later, in fact more than that. Okay, so you don't have to be the first one in to make good money. This early mover advantage is just hype for suckers. And it's worse than that, because if you join a new platform yourself all alone, either your team within Wealth Warriors joins you in the new platform, thereby destroying their own dreams of wealth and security, or you're asking them to move up to a new upline within Wealth Warriors. Chaos ensues. Nobody needs that. It's better if people just stick to the rules, don't go and do their own thing. Remember their commitment to the community. Remember their commitment to the people they've introduced to Wealth Warriors, and don't go off and do your own thing. So you don't want to be breaking commitments. You don't want to be breaking. You don't want to be disloyal to people, and you would then be destroying their chances of achieving their dreams, the very opposite of what you set out to do. Okay, so this isn't a case of people being horrible people. It's a case of people not understanding the consequences of not following their commitments. So why change now is because most people don't make the connection between not meeting your commitments and destroying the community. They don't see that one leads to the other because they don't correlate very closely. There's a lot of steps in between, but that is inevitable. If you don't meet your commitments in Wealth Warriors, you will destroy the community that you've been trying to build. It's just inevitable. Consequently, there have been a few recent examples of people joining other platforms without considering what that means to the commitment they made to Wealth Warriors or the people in their permanent network. And I like to feel it's this lack of correlation that's the problem. Therefore, the change in terminology is designed to clarify the situation. Okay, I don't like to think people are deliberately setting out to steal the dreams of the people that they're trying to help. I think it's just they don't understand that if they do this now, in a few weeks' time, this will be the consequence. So therefore, by changing commitments to rules, it's clear the community values them above everything else, and you cannot be part of the community if you're going to break the rules. Another way of looking at it is that most people today are flaky. If they say, I commit to do this, they don't see that as saying, I will do this. This I will do. The word rules is clearer when informing people that you expect them to do what they've agreed to do. And that's all we're asking, is that when if people want to be part of the community, here are the rules, you agree to them, just do what you've agreed. Wealth Warriors is the only way to achieve the benefits outlined earlier. There isn't another option. So, people want to run off and do other things, brilliant, but they won't have the benefits. For the community to flourish, people must meet their commitments, which are now the rules. So that's it. That's the information I wanted to get across. I'm sorry if it sounds a little bit like I'm lecturing, and I suppose in some ways I am. I don't want anybody to miss the point. I don't want to, a few weeks down the road or a few months down the road, all of a sudden, I think I wish I'd made that video a little bit more forceful, a little bit clearer. I wish people understood what I understand. So I've taken the time to labor the point. Yes, I appreciate I've said the same thing 10 times, but I've tried to say it in different ways so that different people can understand that it's important to meet your commitments, which are now the rules of Wealth Warriors. So in all future presentations, that's what you'll be seeing is the rules. I'll also be simplifying the benefits page, because I like the way that I've done the benefits in this presentation. It's much more simple, much clearer, and you realize by seeing that short, simple list that you can't get those things anywhere else. So that's it. Thank you for your time and attention watching Wealth Warriors, and watching this video, and thank you for your commitment, your renewed commitment to follow the rules of Wealth Warriors, because together we're going to build a community that's going to change the world, literally change the world, internet marketing, and possibly even this online internet space, business space, and possibly even there'll be some backwash into the offline businesses, because I think that offline businesses, if they build their community in this way, it will benefit them tremendously as well. So hopefully this is something that we're doing together that the whole world's going to benefit from. That's it. God bless. See you on the next video.
I want to see you win. I want to see you absolutely smash every single dream you have. I want to see you overcome all of the barriers you face, and I want to see you succeed. I'm your biggest fan, your top supporter, and I'll be with you every single step of the way. You're destined for greatness, with or without me, and I want to see you achieve. Your potential is limitless, and your determination is inspiring. Keep striving for your goals, and I'll continue to cheer you on.